Good evening there, CGA math students. So I'm going to go ahead and help you out with homework 1.15, real world fractions tonight. Remember, you have a test tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these questions was on your test. So make sure you're able to work with fractions within word problems. So I'm going to do the odds. The evens are very similar to the odds, so make sure you're paying attention. So it says Tyler's favorite candy bar has 12 calories. The nutrition label states that 5/8 of, there's that keyword of, the calories come from fat. How many calories in the candy bar come from fat? So we want 5/8 times 12. Make sure your writing is nice and neat tonight. 5/8 times 12 over 1, because that's how we make a whole number of fraction. We just put it over 1. Now we look to cross cancel. 5 and 1, nope. 8 and 12, can divide them both by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Now we can multiply straight across. 5 times 3, 2 times 1. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 1 is 2. It's not okay to have an improper fraction. 2 goes into 15 7 times with 1 left over. So on tonight's homework, please make sure you're putting your units down. So 7 1/2 calories come from fat. It's a lot of calories in the candy bar coming from fat. That's why we say don't eat too much candy. Right? Cecil is building a scale of a model car. If the tires on the actual car are 24 inches in diameter, right? Sitting on 24 inches, what is the diameter? What is the diameter of the tires on the model car? So 1/6 of 24 inches. So we'll go ahead and set this up. 1/6 times 24. Rewrite this with 24 as a fraction. 24 over 1. Look to cross cancel. 1 and 1 are good. 6 and 24 I can divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is 4. Multiply straight across. 1 times 4, 1 times 1. We get 4 over 1. So my answer will be 4. And what were my units? My units were inches. So on his car, he's going to have, on the real car, 24 inches, right? On his little model car that he builds, 4 inches in diameter, okay? Number 5, Jamari used 3/7 of, right, a tank of gas to cross the state of Illinois. The gas tank holds 10.5 gallons. How many gallons of gas did Jamari use on his journey? Again, that of should be key, so it's 3/7 times 10 1/2, and you should say alert, alert in your head, right? Write that down, alert. You have a mixed number here, so change it to an improper fraction. 10 times 2 is 20. So now we can rewrite this as, 3/7 times 21 over 2. Look to cross cancel. The 7 and 21 cross cancel, so divide by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Multiply straight across. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times with 1 left over. So how many gallons is the unit? Sorry, gallons are the units that we're using. So 4 1/2 gallons of gas. Pretty efficient car, actually, to drive across the state of Illinois. Probably not really realistic, but 4 1/2 gallons of gas is what he used. Number 7, a recipe calls for 3 2/3 cups of milk. If Isaiah wants to make 2.5 times the normal amount of how much milk should he use? So this is basically just saying, all right, I've got 3 2/3, and I want to make times 2.5 of it. Right? So alert, alert. You have mixed numbers, change them to improper. So times 3 would be plus 9, times 2 would be plus 4. So I should get 11 over 3 times 5 over 2. Nothing I can cross cancel here, so let's just go ahead and multiply straight across. You get 55 over 6. How many times does 6 go into 55? Should go in there 9 times, because that's 54 with 1 left over. So you should make 9 1/6 cups of milk. So 9 1/6 cups. All right, so number 9, when multiplying mixed numbers, what must you do first? Change them to improper fractions. All right, what makes multiplying fractions a little bit easier? Hopefully you right off the bat say, cross canceling. You can avoid all that simplifying in the end, cross canceling. Right? Number 11, now we're on to division, dividing rational numbers in word problems. Change mixed numbers, flip, and then multiply across. Right? So 1 bag of potting soil holds 7 1/4 quarts of soil. How many pots can be filled if each, which is kind of keyword there, holds 1/3? So we have 7 1/4 quarts of oil. We want to see how many 1/3 fit into 7 1/4. So go ahead and say 7 1/4 divided by 1/3. So first of all, you should say alert. You've got a mixed number here. So times 7 times 4 gives you 28. So this should now give me 29 over 4. Keep the division, divided by 1/3. That's step 1. Step 2 is saying, haha, I have to flip this. So now I have 29 over 4 times 3 over 1. All right, so unfortunately, there's nothing you can cross cancel there, which kind of is going to give us some big numbers, but that's all right. You have your, hopefully you have your reference sheet in front of you. 29 times 3 is going to give you 87. 4 times 1 gives you 4. So 4 into 87. 4 goes into 8 twice. Nothing left over. Bring down your 7. 4 goes into 7 one time with 3 left over. So 21 3/4. What were our units? The quarts. So you can fit 21 3/4 quarts into that pot. All right, a box of cereal contains 10 1/4 ounces of cereal. If a bowl holds 2 4/5 ounces, how many bowls of cereal are in one box? So again, how many bowls can we fit inside of one box? So we are dividing 10 1/4 divided by 2 4/5. And again, an alert should go off and you say, I got nothing but mixed numbers here. Change them into improper. All right, so we have 41 over 4 still divided by 14 over 5. Right? Now we're going to go ahead and flip it. I'm going to write below this time. So 41 over 4 times 5 over 14. And again, yes, unfortunately we get some ugliness, so that's why I'm going to help you out. 41 times 5 gives you 205. 4 times 14 gives you 56. Those are some big numbers. There was unfortunately nothing you could do about the cross canceling there. All right, so how many times does 56 go into 205 basically is what you're asking yourself. Yes, big numbers, but sometimes math doesn't care if you're afraid of big numbers. So 56 goes into 205, we'll say 3 times. So 3 times 56 should give us 168. And then 205 minus 168 should give you 37. So your answer is 3 and 37 over 56. Kind of ugly, but that's how it goes. And the answer is bowls, right? So you can get 3 bowls out of that 10 1/4 ounce box of cereal. 15. Given the length and the area of a rectangle, you can find its width by dividing the area by the length. They just want you to divide whatever number you get for area by the length. A rectangle has an area of 6 1/2 and a length of 1 1/2. So you're just going to go ahead and say, hey, my area was 6 1/2. I can find my what is the width by dividing it by the length. The length was 1 1/2. All right, so that's going to be 12. This is going to be 2. So 13 over 2 divided by 3 over 2. Now flip and change it to multiplication. So 13 over 2 times 2 over 3. Look, I can finally cross cancel something. And I should get 13 over 3. 3 goes into 13 4 times, which is 12, with 1 left over. So 4 1/3 inches is the measure of my width. And you could check that by multiplying 4 1/3 by 1 1/2. You should get 6 1/2. Right? All right, lastly, a ruler has a picture frame that is 10 1/2 inches wide. How many pictures that are 2 1/2 inches wide can be placed into the frame. So again, you're just dividing. You're saying 10 and 1/2 divided by 2 and 1/2. How many pictures can we fit into that 10.5 frame? So this will be plus 20. This will be plus 4. So we have 21/2 divided by 5/2. We're going to flip and rewrite this now as a multiplication problem. So 21/2 times, hopefully your writing is still neat. Go back and fix it if it's not. My writing has been pretty neat the whole time. 5/2. Nope, sorry. Look at me, I messed up. Erase. Flip it, 2/5. And look to cross cancel. I can cross cancel the 2's. For both 1, I get 21/5. So how many times does 5 go into 21? 4 times with 1 left over. So 4 and 1/5 pictures can fit into that picture frame. All right, guys, you have the evens. You also have a test tomorrow. Make sure your binder is nice and organized. In fact, I want you to write that down. Organize/finish binder. So you can be prepared for your test tomorrow. Call me if you have questions.